Welcome, everybody. We're here today with Pastor Afshin Yaghtin. We're in our undisclosed studio here, somewhere in Washington. And I have acquired the pastor's police report here, and he's already seen it.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, our lawyers got a hold of it, and I got to see it.
So this is, you've seen all this then?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have statements in here from the officers that arrested the pastor, and I'll probably do a video and just read what they said from the incident and put it on my channel, along with some body camera footage that I acquired from the city of Spokane. And I know you can't really talk about your ongoing case.
Yeah,
possibly.
there's some things I can talk about. You know, the first thing is that August 29th is my defense. So the first thing is just to get the case dropped. You know, the other side wanted to kind of plea bargain, and which is an admission of guilt basically, which we said absolutely not. The only thing we're going to stand for is that they just need to drop the case. So that went. Now it's going to go before a judge on August 29th, and they have an opportunity to drop it before then.
That they haven't.
They haven't yet.
And what is it for?
Yeah. So it's for obstructing an officer. Of course, my view on it is a bit different. I feel that I was obstructed. My rights were trampled on, and I was obstructed from entering a public library. Mm-hmm. So we see it quite differently.
And you weren't the only one. I was kicked across the street.
Yes.
We have multiple media outlets that were kicked across the street, such as Sherry Diwali of Readout News. We have Bill Jasper, senior editor of the New American Magazine. We have Rich Loudenbeck of InlandNWReport.com. And Bill was just wearing a cross on his tie, and Rich was handing out business cards that said socialismtoday.info on the back. And immediately as they came up just to say hi to me, two people came out of the crowd. One asked about the cross, one asked about the business card, and they went to get the police, and they were gone. They were booted across the street. So
that's quite a few reporters and outlets.
Mm-hmm. And many people too. You personally have spoke with people, right? That
Yes, yeah. I mean, what they try to do, the police, is section us off into groups of protesters. These protesters on that side, and what we call it is viewpoint discrimination, is what my attorneys called it. Is that they're determining what your views are and then determining where you can go. And how that process, that's a very messy process,
Who decides?
Who decides that? And for me, I was not there, as I try to explain to the officers, I was not there as a protester. I was there, first of all, as an individual, as a resident of Spokane wanting to enter the Spokane Library, but really what I was also there for was as a minister. I wasn't there to protest. I didn't have signs. I didn't have a slogan on my shirt saying, this is bad. I just wanted to be inside the library where this event was occurring so I could pray for the children. Maybe I could just tell them that Jesus loves them, or just something non-disruptive, because I wasn't intending to go and disrupt it, but just to act out my vocation as a minister and be inside.
You felt compelled.
I felt compelled, and that's why I couldn't stop. I felt duty-bound to God rather than to a fake law, that really infringes and tramples on our First Amendment rights.
And they were asking multiple people, what side are you on? They were trying to ferret out what their biases were. And, the first event, the first Drag Queen Story Hour, was in a secured room adjacent to the lobby. There was a sign on the door that said no photo or video, with the security personnel standing in the entryway of the doorway. And I snapped a picture of, you've seen the picture of a media person in there taking a picture of the event.
I did see
so
that.
They were it felt like a controlled event. We had snipers on the roof. We had crowd management people not checking pockets, but they were, running a metal detector over people.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable in this country to see that.
It really is. And the other interesting thing about that, what I try to bring up to the police there, is that there is a specific bylaw in the library, which you've probably seen, where they were only allowed to reserve one room, one private reading room, but they really took over that entire library. And the law is, according to their own rules, the rest of the library needs to be available to the public. And they literally closed down the whole thing and only let in certain people that they deemed worthy or fit to be inside.
And they do have a responsibility to keep people safe, but at the same time, that doesn't give them the right to infringe on people's rights needlessly. So
Exactly.
let's get to your
Yeah.
court case. We'd like people to show up and support the pastor if if you're passionate about this issue and you want to support his right to exercise his freedom. They can show up at the Spokane Municipal.
Yes, so it's the Spokane Municipal Courthouse. There's one courthouse in Spokane, just the Spokane County Courthouse. It's August 29th at 9 a.m. So we'll be before a judge, and we've filed a motion to dismiss, and it'll be up to the judge to decide if he wants to dismiss it, and if he does not, then it would go to a jury trial. Because I know we're committed, we're not backing down,
No.
and so the
Yeah.
city has to determine, do they want this fight or not?
And it's a $1,000 fee, isn't it? Did I see that?
I had a $1,000 bond.
Yeah, it's
So-
$1,000.
Yeah, that was to get out of the pokey, basically out of prison, you know.
Okay.
So,
You're a bad man.
yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, sir.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
So we want
I
people to show up.
appreciate
Absolutely, we want people to show up down at the Spokane Municipal Courthouse on August 29th at 9 p.m. or 9 a.m. and support
9
him.
a.m. That'll
9
be
a.m.
great, and prayers appreciated for you guys that pray. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay.